I've lost 38 pounds on Zepbound, and at 72, I wasn't sure what to expect. I've heard some things out there with some of the friends that I have who have been on Zepbound or Manjaro, different medications. But I thought I was going to give it a try because I really needed to lose the weight and get healthier. And so I was really surprised at not only my weight loss, but how I felt and what I thought about food. It kind of changed my perspective a little bit. So I wanted to talk about that today. If you're on a GLP-1 or you're thinking about starting one and wondering how you will do on it at this stage of life, wait till the end because I might have some good ideas. I'm going to share some of the things that I eat and, maybe it'll help you on your journey. So if you're new here, my name is Paula. Welcome. And my channel is called Finding Grace in Every Season of Life. And here we talk about life, getting older, aging, and being healthy and living with purpose, and also reinventing yourself. Because that's the fun part, actually, as you get older, reinventing yourself and doing something different out of the ordinary. And so hopefully this video will resonate with you and you'll learn some things, but grab yourself a cup of coffee and let's get started with number one. So let's start with where I'm at today. I'm down 38 pounds. I started back the middle of February, and I started on 2.5 Zepbound, which is a tirzepatide. And a lot of people move up really fast, and I want to do this slowly, and I want to do it the right way, and I don't want to mess around with losing too much muscle. That's really important to me, especially at my age. So I started at 2.5, and a month later, after I lost 8 pounds, a month later, my doctor said, well, you haven't had any kinds of reactions or anything like that. Let's go ahead and put you on 5.0. And so one of the reasons I think was because I'm also on Medicare. And Medicare likes to have you move up after the first month. So that's what I did. But I've remained at 5.0 all this time, and I'm slowly losing weight. And I think 38 pounds since the middle of February is pretty doggone good. So I'm really, really happy with that. And I didn't really find any other reason to go up in dose from there. So I'm just going to stick to 5.0 and see how it goes. I'm not opposed to going up in higher doses, but like I said, as long as I'm losing weight and I don't have any side effects, I'm happy with where I'm at. The biggest change is not the weight loss. It was actually the food noise. Now, a lot of people don't understand when you say food noise. I told my younger son that I was going on Zepbound and that I started the night before. I had started on Friday and I saw him on Saturday and I told him all about it. And I said, I can't believe that one day later, I don't have any food noise. And he said, what's that? He's thin. He's been thin all his life. He's never had any weight issues. And so he didn't know what I was talking about. But the food noise of, you have breakfast and then you're thinking about what you're going to have for lunch. You have lunch, you think, what am I going to have for dinner? You go and you stand in front of the pantry door and you look for different things to eat. Usually at night, I'd get this, not necessarily like a sweet tooth, but something salty, having a bowl of potato chips at night. And I don't need to be eating after dinner, but I always had a snack in the evening and it was usually always salty. And so I love the fact that I don't have the food noise. So I could seriously go all day without eating, except for those little hunger pains that come when you really need to eat something. So I do find that I have to kind of set a schedule. So I normally get up early, 7:30, sometimes a little bit earlier, sometimes 8 o'clock. I sleep in and then I try to eat within an hour of waking. And then I really don't eat anything else until about maybe 1 o'clock. I'll go ahead and have some lunch. And then we'll eat probably 5:30, 6 o'clock. And I try to either in the afternoon or in the evening have a snack, and it might just be an apple. I try to eat an apple a day, banana a day, get all my vitamins from fruits and vegetables because I do need fiber. And so I try to do that. But food noise is not there anymore. Many times before, I would, even if I wasn't hungry, I would drive past a McDonald's and pull in and, get a hamburger. I wasn't hungry, so why was I doing that? So it's kind of interesting how people do have food noise issues, and these medications amazingly help with that. I think that's why so many people are able to lose weight on this medication, is because of the food noise being gone. So that has really, really helped me. And I was really surprised at that, more so than losing the weight. So people usually ask me what I'm eating. I kind of have the same thing every day. Very boring, but having the same thing to eat every day is definitely easy. Yeah, I do switch it up a little bit. Otherwise, my husband would drive me crazy if I kept eating the same thing every day, because then I'm pushing him to eat the same thing every day, and that's just not working out very well. But for breakfast, I usually have yogurt, Greek yogurt. It's not sweetened or anything, it's just plain. So I'll have Greek yogurt, blueberries, and a granola. And I have the non-fat Greek yogurt. I have the blueberries that come from Costco that are frozen. And then I have Purely, what is it called? Purely Elizabeth Original granola. And there's not a lot of sugar in it, which I'm happy about, but it comes in like big chunks. And I usually take the rolling pin and I smash the heck out of those big chunks, and I just sprinkle it on the top. So I'll have that for breakfast. Then for lunch, because I need more fiber, I'm trying to make sure that every meal has protein in it. I also need fiber, and I need to drink a lot of water. One thing with these GLP-1 medications is that things move a little bit slower down your track. People get constipated because of it. Thank goodness I haven't had that issue. Sometimes they get nauseated. I haven't had that issue. And so things just take a little bit longer to move through your system. So you've got to have the fiber to keep them moving, but you got to have water also. So I do drink a lot of water. I probably drink 80 ounces of water a day, and I add an electrolyte to it. And I like the Flav City electrolytes, lime. That one I really like. It's tart, but I only use like half, and then I'll use the other half later on in the day. But let's see, fiber, I'm supposed to have up to 25 grams of fiber as a woman. My height, my age, I'm 72. I'm only 5 foot, a little bit over 1. I used to be 5'2". What did I say? I used to be 5'2". I'm shrinking, but and so up to 25 grams of fiber. So sometimes for lunch, I'll have the low carb tortillas. Those are 17 grams of fiber, and there's not much calories in that. I'll do a grocery haul one of these days, and then I can show you exactly the things that I buy. But so I'll have a tortilla, and then I'll cut up some chicken breast, and I'll throw on some romaine lettuce, a little bit of like a Caesar dressing. I try to, I don't necessarily use low fat dressing, but I try to have it be a healthier dressing where maybe they use olive oil or avocado oil more than any of the other like seed oils. And so I'll have that, like a Caesar salad burrito. And then for dinner, I'll have, here again, Costco. I have these chicken chunks that are lightly breaded and I can put them in the air fryer. They have really great meatballs that are, um, they're from Amy Lou. They're really, really good. And they are teriyaki with pineapple in them. So I'll air fry like 6 meatballs. And then I have a cup of those mixed vegetables. And sometimes I'll put in there like a sweet potato. Sometimes I'll make like ground beef and use that with sweet potato and a scoop of cottage cheese. So those are the things that I normally eat every day. Sometimes on the burrito, I'll put like turkey slices from the deli, and that's really good. So those are kinds of the things that I eat during the day, but I try to stick to 100 grams of protein, 25 grams of fiber, and then my 80 ounces of water, 80 to 100 ounces of water. One of the things I like for snack is it's called, I guess the company is called The Only Bean, and they're edamame that are roasted. I think they're roasted, and there's salt on them. There's definitely, I think, too much salt on them, but I only eat like a quarter cup, and that's like a snack. I'll have an apple as a snack. I might have some celery sticks with peanut butter on them. I like peanut butter on my apples, and that really does help too. And I do have like a protein powder that I use that too comes from Flav City. I love their stuff because it's very clean and I like their flavors. So I use the chocolate. It either comes in like brownie batter or cookies and cream. And then I have vanilla latte. Those are the 3 that I like. So I'll use the protein powder and I'll mix it with a cup of milk. I'll put in the scoop of protein and then I'll fill the rest of I have a big mug, and I'll fill the rest of it up with water. And that's my protein mix. And I think it's about 180 calories, but it's 25 grams of protein. And there's also 10 grams of collagen in it. So I really like that too. But those are the things that I normally eat during the day. I've never had any nausea. I haven't had any headaches. I haven't had constipation, and I think that's because of the fiber in the water. So, so I think I'm actually doing pretty well on that. I've been fortunate because I know a lot of people go through different things like that, but yeah, it's been pretty surprising how everything has gone really easily. And that, like I said, that's really surprised me, but I'm very happy and very fortunate about that. There are some people who ask me, aren't you afraid that the weight's going to come back once you stop? I don't know if I'm going to stop because the GLP-1 medication helps with other health issues. And it's not just weight loss, but it actually works with your brain and your hormones. And I'm not a scientist or a doctor, so not exactly sure how it all works, but it's supposed to be better for your heart and your digestion and, like I said, all kinds of things. And so that's one thing definitely, if you want to know more about the exact things that it helps, Google it. That'll definitely help you out and tell you a little bit more. So, but what I do know is that it's really helped me feel better. I can do more. And I love the fact that I'm down 38 pounds. And, if I need to just stay on 5.0 and just continue to lose the weight slowly, that'll be great. And if I need to go on maintenance, I'll probably just go back down to the 2.5. So that might be, what the future holds for me. But I'm not afraid that, the weight's going to come back, because the one other thing is that I've been eating way better than I ever have. And so hopefully, if I did get off the medication, that because of the way I'm eating, I'll kind of stick to it, and hopefully my brain, doesn't lead me astray. But then again, too, everything gets better. So maybe the medication will get better. Maybe to go into maintenance, all I'd have to do is take a pill, just like a vitamin. And I do take vitamins, by the way. One of the friends that lived down the hall from me, she actually works at a doctor's office, and she helps people with their GLP-1 shots and helps them with, letting them know what they should be doing. And so one of the things she mentioned was that a lot of people actually lose their hair, and that's one thing I don't need. And she had recommended that I take a probiotic, which I normally do take a probiotic, and then a supplement that has biotin in it. So I've been doing that. And every now and then after I wash my hair, a few hairs come out or they come out in the brush, but I'm not too concerned yet at this point. So my vitamins that I take, and I'm not a doctor, so I'm not saying that you should be doing any of this. You should definitely check with your doctor. But I'll take a supplement that's like a multivitamin that has biotin in it. I take a probiotic. I take vitamin D3. I take a B12. And I think that's it. Yeah, those 4. And so I take those. And like I said, my protein powder has a lot of great ingredients in it. I mean, it's crazy. It's got mushroom powder in it and bananas. Check it out, definitely. I'll leave a link below because it's really, really good. And so I'm not afraid that I'm going to be gaining all the weight back because I just feel so good. I don't want to lose this. The biggest surprise hasn't been the number on the scale. The biggest surprise has actually been hope. I wasn't expecting to be this optimistic about my health. I wasn't expecting to have more confidence. I wasn't expecting, to be able to take control of my life the way I have. And I certainly wasn't expecting to lose the 38 pounds. So in closing, if you're on Zepbound or you're thinking about taking a GLP-1, please leave a comment and let's definitely talk about that. I'd like to hear more about your journey, how it's been going, and honestly, conversations about this kind of thing really help not only me or you, but other people who may also be on this same journey. We're trying to reinvent ourselves during this season of life, make better changes, better choices in life. And if this kind of conversation resonates with you, I'd love you to, like I said, give me a like and subscribe so we can continue these conversations. And thank you for spending time with me today. I really do appreciate it. Bye for now.